Welcome to episode 209, Masayoshi Son, 10 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 209. Lesson number 1, invention is the best use of time. So focus and the famous mantra, come invention, come invention.
My friend said, you're crazy, it's impossible, nothing like that. Do you want to sell drug? What is the best, most efficient use of my time? It's invention. It's invention, and I have to file patent. If I get the patent, so I set the alarm clock 5 o'clock, 5 minutes. And tick. In 5 minutes, I said, come, invention, come, come, right? So I did that.
And it worked.
It worked.
You invented a machine that helped people translate languages?
Yeah, that one was the electronic dictionary. The first electronic dictionary, many students use electronic dictionary. The first one ever made was by myself.
Lesson number 2, he's a stage thinker.
Some very well-known companies. So you bought Vodafone's mobile telephone business in Japan.
At that time, I said, now is the time to go next stage, which is the internet will become mobile internet. So I had to either get the license from the government for the spectrum or acquire Vodafone Japan. And first I applied for the license to the government, and the government said, no, there is no more spectrum. So I actually sued the government.
Lesson number 3, chase down your mentor. Chase down your business partner. His mentor was Dan Fujita in 1973. His business partner for iPhone was Steve Jobs in 2005.
As a young man, he agitated for a meeting with his hero, McDonald's Japan founder Dan Fujita, who advised him to learn English and study in the US. Apple boss with a drawing of mobile-enabled iPod. Jobs threw it back, laughing that he didn't need a shitty little drawing. Apple was working on its own. So, Son said, well, I don't need to give you my dirty paper, but once you have your product, give it to me for Japan. Jobs agreed. He had nothing to lose. The iPhone didn't even exist, and Son didn't own a mobile network at that time. But
Lesson number 4, plan. At age 19, he made a 50-year-old plan.
Son, who founded SoftBank in 1980s, has grand visions of what technological advancements the future holds, and he prefers to chart his course with mid to long-term plans to achieve certain targets. At the age of 19, he created a 50-year life plan for his entrepreneurial ambition, setting himself targets for each decade to build up SoftBank into tech giant that it is today. He also created a 300-year-old plan for it to continue growing as a corporation.
Lesson number 5, bet crazy.
On to a struggling small company called Yahoo, which wanted $5 million to develop its search engine technology. Famously, Masayoshi Son offered $100 million. Yahoo founder Jerry Yang replied that they didn't need that much, to which Son countered, everyone needs $100 million. Thus, SoftBank owned more than 1/3 of Yahoo when it went public in April 1996.
Lesson number 6, 98% of his bets are non-successful. But he broke world record with a $20 million investment in Alibaba.
One of the investments you made is considered by many people to be the most successful investment in the history of mankind. You invested roughly $20 million in Alibaba, and at the time it went public, it was worth roughly $90 billion. So 20 million to 90 billion is a return of about 4,500%.
Lesson number 7, spread the wealth. He spawned at least 7 other self-made billionaires: Jack Ma, Joseph Tsai, Sheldon Adelson, John Tu, David Sun, Jerry Yang, David Fido. Lesson number 8, be flexible. For example, from software to hardware. He started SoftBank in 1981, but his biggest ever investment was the $32 billion acquisition of chip designer ARM.
The Japanese tech giant has made a number of prominent investments recently, including last year's acquisition of UK-based chipmaker ARM for $32 billion, a $4 billion stake in US chipmaker Nvidia this year, and
Lesson number 9, the 100 billion vision fund. betting on singularity. Singularity is when computer becomes smarter than humans.
I'm asking you about a fund that you are now raising, the Vision Fund. It's supposed to be a fund of $100 billion?
Lesson number 10, his time travel theory.
孙正义呢，他的投资理念有一个叫做时空旅行。
What happened in the US will happen 15 years later in Japan. What happened in Japan will happen later in China.
在中国大陆，所以他在15年前有那个智慧，他先选择了国家，再来选择公司。看到马云做出了这样子的一个投资，那他现在也发现，
So what happened in China will happen in India and Indonesia. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.